Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to grow up. Let's continue. So, it does kind of feel like it's getting longer and longer to find things. I want to try to avoid that as much as possible, but I'm not sure how much we can do to really improve that situation. There's 38 remaining crystals. There's a considerable amount of challenges left. And honestly, even finding the challenges and knowing where to go will probably take a decent amount of time. So I'm hoping that when we reach the point where we're doing just all challenges all the time, I can get them done on the first try pretty consistently. I kind of am already close to that. They aren't really being huge bothers. Is there something up higher? I think there's a crystal right there. And that's what we're detecting. Just have to be rather careful to not end up in the water. Alright, well, use that as a way of getting us higher. I suppose we may run into issues where I have to fall down several places just to see if I can get a radar to tell me where the next crystal is, because more and more the radars are not even activating because the last few crystals are becoming fewer and further between. Right. So the question is, will this turn to a 3 as I fly this way? Or will it turn down? And it went down, which means... Let's do this challenge. Did I miss any? No, I didn't. Did I miss any that time, though? A lot of this is just going to come into blind faith of whether or not I'm missing a square. Challenge complete. Okay. Fly back this direction. We'll look up, we'll look down. They possibly here specifically decided to not have any of the islands significantly overlap each other. So if you get an indicator telling you that there's a crystal, there's probably not going to be anything for a very high distance, at the very least near that. Let's see. Looks like there's a crystal right here. There's no real story that tells you why these crystals are here. They're just part of the planet. Just shiny rocks we're getting for Mom. You know, why not bring in the dialogue, by the way? And I do think Pod at this point has decided to stop saying anything. But why not bring in the dialogue from the first game and have that be repeated? Or at least some of it. That would have given Mom something more to say in this game, other than a couple of simple lines of dialogue in cutscenes. Right. Just gonna fly in a general direction and see what happens. Well, that seems like that worked. So we'll just keep going in this direction until we get closer. Nope. Alright, so it's gotta be higher up. It's not higher up. And not this way either. How did we get to a 3-bar? And then just stop at a 3-bar. Like, there's a rock way up there. And if we fly this way, I'm just gonna try and draw an X. Let's see. Oh yeah, that somehow turned into the right place to be. Should it be higher or lower? Let's start with lower. We've got another teller router we never activated. I assume there's an achievement for activating all these. Right. Then up we go. There, I even see the crystal. So I know where exactly to go. Up, and away. My jet's so powerful, it's not even an issue. Come on, spin around in a wide circle. And that was a little awkward, but we did it. 25 remaining crystals in this entire game. We've got a challenge here. This feels like a challenge that is going to be nothing but skydiving. So, yep. Oh. Okay, we've got to fly back up and catch the 2 we missed. Oh, this is awkward. Let's try that again. See, and I don't really think it is the ball that I need as much as, but I mean, we can try and use it. That's the problem, though. I would have to get it right in the middle. Just fly around here. Maybe in the first game we didn't have to you didn't have to really focus so much on going back. Hey, we've got a new outfit. Yeah, that does seem like that was a possibility. In the first game you may have had to go back to a start point. So we've got another suit. Ninja. The award-winning ninja suit is back, complete with added stealth and bounciness +++. And that probably was a reference of some other game, a Ubisoft game or otherwise. Now it doesn't even really register as anything other than just, hey, it's a ninja suit for a robot. That's kind of a cool idea, although it doesn't really in any way tie into the type of game this is, considering this is a 100% non-violent game. Well, I suppose falling to your death is violent, and you might find a few places where you could throw something else to its death, but I don't even think you can do that. I haven't seen any non-flying animals. Yeah, come to think of it, I'd have to maybe get a crab or something, take it very high up, and then from that very high height drop it to see if something would happen, or the game would yell at me for doing that. I think it would be kind of funny if you did something violent and then Mom yelled at you and said, "Why are you doing that? We're gonna have to check your programming." Alright. Think I hear another challenge over here. So we want to do these challenges. It'll be a little while until we unlock another quest. I imagine this would have been a difficult challenge if I didn't have like so much. Yeah, we'll need to do 9 more challenges before we unlock another quest. There's another crystal. We might be in an area that's so early game that I actually am gonna get 10 or 20 crystals very easily. Problem right now though is if I don't see them, using the radar to find them or get a general idea of where they are, it's going to be difficult. So I'm more doing visual reconnaissance than anything. Like this ninja glider. See, at this point, I don't know if I'm barely hearing the jingle of a gym or if my ears have just decided to... I've gotten used to it, and so now I'm just kind of having a echo in my mind about hearing the jingle. Yeah. I need a palate cleanser auditorially wise. Interesting. These are like bees. So it's like a beehive. The music never really changes, but it's subtle, so it doesn't really matter. It's basically playing the same simplistic notes over and over again. Right, I think we've got one over here. Look at these paving stones where you would have had to jump to get from point A to point B if you were trying to play this before you had the jetpack and everything. There's some more bugs. There's so many next to each other. And this is the desert area. I did just run through the desert area. I did not really investigate it at all. So, not a huge surprise that there's a ton of stuff to be found. Let's go up higher. No, higher's not good. Lower's better. Pod is talking to us. I thought it had given up. Right. So getting weird flickers here. When I go down, it's not working. When I go this way, it is working. Alright, so let's continue in this straight direction until it stops working, because it's got to be closer to this way then. Right, so it's got to be somewhere in the middle. Okay. I feel like there's a cave or something. Got like a 4. Yeah, this is the closest we've been. That's like, I think, a part of the star plant. There's still a lot of territory to cover. Of the 4. Right. When we went that way, that was wrong. So let's go this direction. 5. Alright, we lost our 5. I'm hearing it. Just gotta see it. There's gotta be a cave. Yeah. That's what I figured. So, I feel like I just released some kind of pollen or nectar for the bees. And yeah, it feels like now we can go to a different area, which is kind of appreciated because we frankly spent too much time in that area. Where are we on our stats though? Yeah, there's 20 more. 20 more of these. So let's get another challenge done. Let's got it. Now there's no rocks up above, so there must be a crystal relatively somewhere around here. Unless it's way up in these rocks, which it might be. Yep. I'm hearing the jingle. I'm seeing another challenge. There we go. 19 more. Alright. Let's do this. I'm not sure if this one was supposed to be done with the propulsion or if this one is supposed to be done with the glider. We've got time, it seems. Did we catch them all? Where's the ones we missed? Alright. Got it. Now, there's another crystal somewhere around here. Somewhere close, relatively close. I guess the question is it higher or is it lower? I kind of don't feel like it would be a 4-bar unless it was somewhere close to this. No? I'm falling down lower and the indicator tells me I'm wrong, so up we go. Yeah, there's a crystal. $18 more. Nice. Making a large amount of progress. I'm a little surprised. Thought I was gonna struggle with this a little bit more. But there's still a lot of room for badness to happen here. We could easily run into a scenario where we spend an hour flying around the world trying to find the last remaining crystal. There's a new animal and a new telerouter. I wish the game would tell me how many of these are left to be activated. You know, if Pod is just going to make noise and pop up statements anyways, one of the many statements that Pod or Mom could make is, hey, there's still some telerouters out there to be activated. Why don't you activate them? Then I could get a friendly, useful reminder instead of getting what is effectively a useless reminder. So I imagine what is supposed to happen here is I'm supposed to be bouncing on things. I think I got it. Yeah, no real way this is gonna happen without at least 2 batteries. Like, you would have to be so good at this game. And you know what's weird is I've been kind of active about watching the Games Done Quick speedruns for like 3 or 4 years straight now, and I've never seen anybody try to speedrun this game, which must mean that there's either no interest in the game, which is possible, or there's no interesting ways to cheat the game. That is one slight flaw in European Speedrunners Association and Games Done Quick and all of those marathons, is that if a game just happens to only be speedrunnable by playing the game really, really well, that's not something that often gets shown off. They're much more interested in silly, crazy things happening. Nice. So I'm pretty sure this is down lower. Yep. 4, 5. So now look for crystal. Where is it hiding? Where are you hiding, crystal? It's probably in a cave. That's the wrong direction. There's 5 over here. Was it not? Well, that's the wrong direction too. 4. Maybe it is up on one of these rocks. We had it at 5, and then it dropped down. And that's 3. That's not getting any better. That's 4. Come on. One last crystal before the end of the episode. Maybe it's a little bit further in this direction. No. There it is. Come on. Oh. Seriously, game? Want to treat me badly. Just because I'm approaching the end. There you go. Oh yeah, I guess that shrinking ability is really nice. 16 more crystals to go. So let's look at our stats again. We are 6 more challenges that we would have to find and succeed at. It's been quite a long time since we've failed a challenge. Even so, I think we're kind of close to being done with that. And then when we get those 6 more challenges, we'll unlock an outfit. And that will be that. And then I guess the pod challenges might not be too hard to find, because I guess everything else will be, for the most part, marked off. Only, it looks like only the telerouters that haven't been activated are being mentioned. Or, yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's not true. And geez, look how far I can zoom out. But I'm still not any further. So if I get on top of this star plant, that would be the highest point. And we'll try and see if we can reach even higher. Ooh, there's a whole asteroid belt of rocks. Interesting. Well, I don't think I can climb up to them or do anything with them. I think the game is just kind of being silly. Wait a minute. There is a pod challenge. And there's a telerouter. And apparently I think I've already activated it. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. Interesting. That's crazy. So yeah, still some stuff to do. But when I can fly infinitely, I guess I could fly up to that Telerounder in that pod challenge as easily as I can fly to anything else. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon. Or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wish list. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.